Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your continued support as always. So I think we're still digesting what the information came out about the changes or the possible changes to PIP yesterday. But there has been a little bit of an update today. One new thing that seems to have popped up, and also Wes Streeting was being interviewed on the TV, and he refused to rule in or out the possibility of a freeze on PIP next season, next year even. He's refused to rule it out. He said that that hasn't come across the cabinet yet and things like this. I'm sure it has. I'm sure he's just not wanted to say what's going on. But it does seem interesting to me because there are a few reports coming out that the government might be considering scrapping the freezing of PIP. So it could be that next year it does go up. It won't go up with inflation because it didn't this year, so I can't imagine it'll go up with inflation next year, but it will go up. They're thinking of scrapping that part of the situation. And I want to ask you a question to get your opinion on this, because they haven't said they're going to scrap this new assessment situation regarding the points and things like that, or the the criteria things that I was talking about the video yesterday. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer that they scrap that? They scrap the changes to the criteria, or would you prefer that they scrapped the freeze to PIP next year? I think there are a lot of people out there who would think that, okay, if they freeze PIP next year, it's going to be more difficult financially. It's going to be harder, but I'll still have my award, and my award won't change. But yeah, okay, PIP could go up next year, but then I could lose it. So it's, to me, it's a carrot and stick situation, and I don't think they're really, I think one of the reasons why they're planning on scrapping the freeze to PIP is because that needs to go through legislation. They needs to go through the Commons. So, and although everything is going to be debated, I think that could be a sticking point for them. So that might be why they're thinking about getting rid of that part of it anyway. So that's one situation. Another thing which Liz Kendall's talked about is this work guarantee situation, which has come about because of this survey that they did that said that 200,000 disabled people want to work. I don't know where she got that from, and I did a video on it a while ago. But anyway, that has prompted them to come up with this idea of try before you buy type of thing, where they say that, okay, you can go and get a job, go and work for a job, go and do a job for a period of time, and during that time you won't lose your benefits and you won't be reassessed for consideration, changes to circumstances, that sort of thing. So that's essentially what they're looking at implementing, so that you can do this job for, they haven't said how long that would be for, but let's just say, as an example, 6 months. So you could try this job for 6 months, and if it doesn't work out, you haven't lost any benefits. You still get paid your benefits during that time. But the interesting thing is there's not a lot of detail on this. So they haven't told you, for example, how long you get to work at this job before it affects your benefits. They haven't said what happens if you can't do the job, or if your employer decides that you can't do the job. And they haven't said what proof you need that you can't do the job. So I think those three elements are going to be key to this this new scheme that they're putting in place. Because what you don't want is them to say, okay, try this job for 6 months and you can still get your benefit, but then if after 6 months you can't do it, then you have to be reassessed. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if that's a way of forcing people into being reassessed if they go for a job and they don't get it, or they might say, well, okay, if you can't do that job, then we need this evidence, or we need this to support the fact that you can't do the job, and you might not be able to get that. So there's lots of ifs and buts with that type of scheme. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. If you are of a mind, and I know there are lots of people out there who simply can't work, and I get that, absolutely. But if you're of a mind where you think, there are certain situations where I think I might be able to work, would that type of scheme, a scheme where you can do it for a certain amount of time to try it and still get paid your benefits, would that work for you? If that scheme was offered to you, would you take it? Or I mean, obviously you'd need to know more about the whole situation, about what the ifs and buts are, but if it was something that appealed to you, would you take it? Or would you think that actually this could be a sneaky way of getting people out benefits with you know, by the back door sort of thing. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that. And I hope that you are doing okay. I realised it was a bit of a shock yesterday with everything that came out, but I hope you guys are doing all right. And I'll see you in the next one.